Topless woman arrested during Prince Philip's funeral, report. The crowdgoer allegedly jumped on a statue of Queen Victoria outside of Windsor Castle, where the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral took place on Saturday. A topless woman was reportedly arrested for causing mayhem on the streets of Windsor, England, during Prince Philip's funeral Saturday. According to Metro, officers were seen removing a woman, who has yet to be identified, from a crowd outside Windsor Castle who allegedly exposed her breasts without wearing a shirt. She was also purportedly shouting "Save the Planet" just after the service featured a minute's silence for the Duke of Edinburgh. The crowdgoer is also accused of hopping onto a statue of Queen Victoria before she was taken away by authorities. The outlet reported that police officers were later spotted retrieving the woman's clothes. It's unclear if the woman has been charged. The Thames Valley Police could not be reached by Fox News at the time of this publishing. The ceremonial royal funeral for Queen Elizabeth II's husband took place on Saturday afternoon at the St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. The 94-year-old reigning monarch's other half died on April 9 at the age of 99. Philip's celebration of life, which he had a major role in planning prior to his death, was attended by his and the Queen's 4 children: Prince Charles, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew and Prince Edward, as well as Charles's wife Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, Anne's husband Timothy Lawrence and Edward's wife Sophie, Countess of Wessex. Philip's grandchildren, which include Peter Phillips, Zara Tindall, Prince William, Prince Harry, Princess Beatrice, Princess Eugenie, Lady Louise and James, Viscount Severn, also were in attendance. Meanwhile, Prince William's wife, Kate Middleton, Zara Tindall's husband, Mike Tindall, Princess Eugenie's husband, Jack Brooksbank and Princess Beatrice's husband, Eduardo Mapelli Mozzi, will also join their royal spouses at the family event. During the service, Queen Elizabeth II, who is known for not showing too much emotion in public, sat alone in St. George's Chapel during the funeral. Prior to the ceremony, members of the military gathered in ceremonial formation in the quadrangle of Windsor Castle prior to the funeral procession. Philip's coffin was carried to St. George's Chapel on a modified Land Rover, which he designed himself. The Duke of Edinburgh served in the Royal Navy for 12 years. Military personnel had a large role in honoring him Saturday despite the attendance limit due to coronavirus restrictions in England. Earlier this week, it was revealed senior royals attending the funeral must wear civilian clothes, diffusing potential tensions over who would be allowed to don military uniforms. Aside from honoring Prince Philip's legacy, the event also drew attention for serving as the first time Harry reunited with the royal family following his and wife Meghan Markle's bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey. Although they entered the ceremony on opposite ends of the third line of the procession, the brothers fueled speculation that they may be on the path to reconciliation as they were spotted side by side while departing the chapel. It was previously revealed that Prince Harry's wife, Meghan Markle, 39, is not attending. The Duchess of Sussex, who is pregnant with the couple's second child, was advised by her doctor not to attend. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex settled down in Santa Barbara, California, last year, months after the couple announced their decision to step back as senior members of the royal family. Featured in the ceremony was a small choir of 4 who sang the Lord's Prayer at the start of Prince Philip's funeral, among other pieces of music previously chosen by the Duke of Edinburgh. The choir was located in the nave, away from the seated congregation, and in line with coronavirus guidelines. The many titles Prince Philip held during his lifetime were read aloud during the service prior to the playing of bagpipes. High Admiral of the United Kingdom, one of Her Majesty's Most Honourable Privy Council, Admiral of the Fleet, Field Marshal in the Army and Marshal of the Royal Air Force, husband of Her Most Excellent Majesty Elizabeth II by the grace of God of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland and of her other realms and territories, Queen, Head of the Commonwealth, Defender of the Faith, Sovereign of the Most Noble Order of the Garter, whom may God preserve and bless with long life, health and honor and all worldly happiness, the Dean of Windsor said within St. George's Chapel. The Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, delivered a blessing during the ceremonial royal funeral service. He is the Archbishop that married the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in the same chapel in 2018. The royal family confirmed the Duke of Edinburgh's death on April 9 in a statement. It is with deep sorrow that Her Majesty the Queen has announced the death of her beloved husband, His Royal Highness the Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. His Royal Highness passed away peacefully this morning at Windsor Castle, the statement reads. During England's coronavirus lockdown, he had been staying at Windsor Castle, west of London, with the Queen, 94. On the 16th of February, Philip was admitted to a London hospital after feeling unwell. On March 3, he underwent a procedure for a pre-existing heart condition at St. Bartholomew's Hospital before being transferred back to King Edward VII Hospital on March 5 and ultimately released home on the 16th of March,